Shalom. Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rukakadash. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well, that taught us this truth, the 100% truth. To salutations to the Akim on the four corners of this earth, teaching this truth, risking their lives each and every week on the highways and the byways. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, come with another lesson. And this lesson will be entitled, His Soul is Not Upright in Him. And we'll go to Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah. And you got to understand that him is speaking about Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, which the Bible, says he's the devil of the Bible, Diablo. You know what I'm saying? And that word devil just means deceiver. You know what I'm saying? He's in power and rulership right now. You know what I'm saying? Beginning with the elites, the bankers. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, the elite that run this world. The Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? The light bearer, which Illuminati, which is on the left-hand side, light bearer. You know what I'm saying? So they're the ones that's ruling this wicked world. You know what I'm saying? And their soul is not upright in them. Most High created them like that. Created them to be the wicked. You know what I'm saying? What's that scripture? He paraphrasing. He was created as a vessel on dishonor. You know what I'm saying? I think that's in Romans 9, Romans chapter 9. Yeah, because Esau's role is he's playing it out really good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how about Shem Yahushai got this movie orchestrated just fine, just right. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main reasons why his soul is not upright in him, what he pushes out here, on throughout this world is an abomination to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the alphabet group, the alphabet gang. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing the Most High hates. You know what I'm saying? And the world makes this seem like it's okay. This two men speaking to one another, two women speaking to one another, it's accepted in this world. And that's wicked. You know what I'm saying? Plus another thing the Most High is not with. You know what I'm saying? Is bestiality. You know what I'm saying? You have these people who is the elites being okay, pushing this truth, pushing this, pretty much both things. You know what I'm saying? I can't say the word, but the alphabet thing in the movies. You know what I'm saying? They push it in the commercials, the shows. At the job, they hire them. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? They also create, they created a month for them, you know what I'm saying, to celebrate number wickedness. That's why I say, the soul is not upright in them, it's not upright in them, and they have a special month. I think that's in June, which is Pride Month, and that's horrible, you know what I'm saying. That's pretty much right down horrible, you know what I'm saying? See if I can look that up in that word. Gay. What happened here? Okay. It's of relating to or characterized by sexual or romantic attraction to people of one same sex. Yeah. So this is wicked. This is a wicked act. Leviticus 20 and 13. A man lie with mankind is an abomination. Paraphrasing to the Most High. The Most High is not with this, man. He's not with what they're pushing out, pushing out here on the four corners of the earth, you know. And the word really mean gay mean happy, you know what I'm saying? And it says it right here. Gay women in the 40s often used to refer to men only. What is it saying? Let me go back. Why I keep doing that? Of relating to or attend for people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgenders, the gay rights movement, the gay bar. So see, all these, words here, pretty much, etc. This is what they're pushing on the forefront in Babylon the Great. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that that's okay. Two men to talk to one another, two women, and they pushing this, and little kids are seeing this. That's one of the things that they're doing, so they can say that it's acceptable, to the generations that are coming up now. You know what I'm saying? But that's right down wickedness. You know what I'm saying? That's wicked. First Timothy. Let's go to First Timothy. What is it? First Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science falsely so called. You know what I'm saying? So, basically saying, watch out for, these false doctrines, you know what I'm saying? If it's not speaking the truth, you know what I'm saying, Isaiah 8 and 20, there's no light in them, And that word science just means knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And the opposition of this science here is falsely, you know what I'm saying? It's wicked. It's demonic. It's wicked, you know what I'm saying? It's not the true knowledge. It's the false knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they're pushing out here on this four corners of the earth. Esau science is wicked, And it says, so watch what is being, said through the vain babbling and opposition, you know what I'm saying? Especially, what they had promoted during 2020 and 21, I think. It was the jump shot, you know what I'm saying? Or better yet, the Purim juice, And that was just basically a test run, In future prophecy, they're going to have that C-hip, Revelations 13 and 16, you know what I'm saying? They're basically doing that, you know what I'm saying? Promoting their, pseudoscience and their wickedness that they love to push out here. And that was one of the things that they was doing, you know what I'm saying? That jump shot, just to see if you were going to, take heed to it, But Esau, he knows what he's doing at all times, you know what I'm saying? Verse 21, which some professing have erred concerning the faith. Grace be with thee, amen. Yeah, And the science is not true science, you know what I'm saying? Esau science is false science, And that's why we say you have to watch out for vain babbling, you know what I'm saying? It's vain babbling. Let's go back to Habakkuk 2 and 4, yeah. Because Esau, love, pushing number wickedness. And that's what he's been doing, ever since he's been in power, He's just been, pushing this out, so you can take heed and say, oh, it's okay for two men, to have a relationship, two women to have a relationship. And over time, after generation, people just accept that, you know what I'm saying? But that's going off. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4 again. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Yeah. And like I said, that him is Esau Edom, His soul is not lifted up right in him, And what is not upright in him? You know what I'm saying? Pride. He's number filled with pride, you know what I'm saying? That's what is not right with him, And I've been checking out this it's on Netflix, man. This series with this serial killer, man. This dude is, man, sick. And of course, he Esau, you know what I'm saying? Just like Jeffrey Dahmer, this dude is from Wisconsin too. It's called Monster. You might have to check this out. It's called Monster. Monster, the Ed Gein show. Last name is Gein show. You know, and man, just check it out. This dude is sick, and this will show you, that his soul is not lifted up right in him. You know what I'm saying? Just by watching this, man, I have to basically turn this off, and then I have to click it on something else, man, just to get my mind off of this, because this man is wicked. You know what I'm saying? Esau is wicked. You know what I'm saying? And another scripture that lines up with that, the border of wickedness, is Malachi 1:4. You know, their whole nation is wicked, man. But our people turn a blind eye and trust these people. They pretty much, not all, so-called white people are bad. They all are. You know what I'm saying? The Most High created them like that. You know what I'm saying? He created them like that. So you got to understand that you can't trust these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Yeah. And that's why this world messed up, you know what I'm saying? Because there's number of wickedness throughout this world, running rapid, you know what I'm saying? And who on the forefront of it? Esau Edom, you know what I'm saying? He has pushed out so much stuff out on this world, of wickedness, it's just a norm to people, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things, the pagan holiday is coming up in this month, is Halloween, you know what I'm saying? And they push this on little kids like it ain't nothing, man. Especially in the cartoons, man. Because they want to get your baby or your kid to start saying Halloween, trick or treat, you know what I'm saying? And that's wicked, man. Why would you push that on our kids, man? We don't want our kids growing up knowing about that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, even though the Most High set them up to be in charge, you know what I'm saying? He's going to bring them down, you know what I'm saying? He's going to destroy their wickedness, you know what I'm saying? The destruction is coming from you, Esau, the daughter of Babylon, a.k.a. America, You running it now, but your time is coming real soon where you're going to be destroyed, you know what I'm saying? For all your wickedness that you have pushed out on the four corners of earth. Let's go to 16:4. For the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Yeah. So Esau was created to be wicked, you know what I'm saying? The day of evil, And that's why he has a short time to rule, you know what I'm saying? I think that's Revelation 21:12. His time is running out, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, you have to be real careful, you know what I'm saying? When you're around this man, you know what I'm saying? Around Esau or any of them, the so-called woman, man, and children, you know what I'm saying? Never trust them, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that. Ecclesiastes, Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10, Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rust, so is his wickedness. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Esau is the main enemy, But also the other nations as well, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we have enemies, you know what I'm saying? But our people want to turn a blind eye and don't want to sit and don't look at it like that, because they're trying to be, buddy with them, you know what I'm saying? For like as iron rust, so is his wickedness. Yeah. He would never change, you know what I'm saying? Just like in that series, I'm watching Esau, you know what I'm saying? He's the same today, These spirits come back. So they're the same, you know what I'm saying? That dude Ed got him. The same, you know what I'm saying? Just wicked, you know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, like as rust, so is his wickedness. And he was created to be wicked, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High created him, you know what I'm saying? His spirit is not, it's not right, So that's why I say, our people gotta, don't trust these people, man. They're the same people, you know what I'm saying? They're the same people that put us in hardcore slavery today. They're the same like they were back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, can a leopard change his spot? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? You know? So whatever they have planned, never trust them, man, because they always have a hidden agenda behind it. You know what I'm saying? They always. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou should be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou should know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Yeah. So this man is to never be trust, man. His words is like smooth like butter. I'm gonna get that next. His words is like smooth like butter. You know, even though he comes like he's gonna come humble and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like with these other nations, you know. But then he comes right behind him and stab him right in the back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the spirit in Esau. You know what I'm saying? The so-called white man. He switches up real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know. And what did he do to Gad and Reuben? He did that. You know what I'm saying? You know. He broke every treaty, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many it was, but every treaty, you know what I'm saying? Gad and Reuben. And gave them smallpox, you know what I'm saying? Killed them all, you know? But it's still some today, but the population, I don't know, it's like 70 or 80 million or more maybe. But, you know, that's Esau, you know, never trust him, you know what I'm saying? Sneaky, you know what I'm saying? Sneaky way of doing things, you know? And he crafty at it. You know, let's go to smooth words, Isaiah 55 and 21. Slocky, Psalms. Keep getting that. Psalms 55, 21. But the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Yeah, war is in his heart. Like they say, when peace and safety come, sudden destruction, you know. But war is in his heart, you know what I'm saying? And that's what he does, you know what I'm saying? He always come with, you know, peace, you know what I'm saying? You know, we can work together, you know. We can come to an agreement. But what he do? You know what I'm saying? He come with them smooth words, but war's in his heart, you know what I'm saying? And his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords, yeah. Like I said. He gonna do that in his last days, you know what I'm saying? But these other nations gonna butt fuck him, you know what I'm saying? You know, AKA America and the small hats, you know what I'm saying? But they always come like they wanna, you know, come together and work together like a contract they have. But they always have that, you know, the back of their mind. No, we're gonna put sanctions on you, you know what I'm saying? No, you're gonna have to, you know, pretty much, you know, make some, you're going to have to pretty much give us what we're trying to get. And that's how Esau operate. You know what I'm saying? Because who changed the truth into a lie? You know what I'm saying? Esau, whatever he does, it's always a lie. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I mentioned in the, earlier in the, was two men can't lie together. That's one of the things that the Most High despise, you know what I'm saying? Two men, you know, speaking to one another, and two women, you know what I'm saying? But if you go to a church, one of these Christian churches, they're gonna say, oh, God loves everybody. They don't believe in the truth. They don't believe in the word. They just, you know, take heat, you know, they just basically want to hear smooth words from Esau. That's what Esau pushes out there, because those establishments were set up by Esau. These churches, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie in mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed abomination. See? Abomination, a filthy, you know, act. You know what I'm saying? A decrepit, filthy act. You know what I'm saying? You know? They should surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like Romans 1, what does Romans 1 and 25 say? You know what I'm saying? Let's get that. You know, because Esau, you know, Back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, man, you wouldn't have seen two men out holding hands and kissing and two women. Man, but over time, you know what I'm saying, Esau was, and he used, who he used? He used Obama, you know what I'm saying, to push that. But it was really the bankers, the elites, you know what I'm saying, that agenda, and they don't believe none of the words say, man. Romans chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. Yeah. Who changed the truth into a lie? Esau, Edom, through their philosophies, through their science, pseudoscience, through the different religions, you know what I'm saying? They deceived the whole earth, man. The devil, the Bible speaks of, the Diablo, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, Esau, Edom, you know what I'm saying? It ain't Japhet, it's Esau, Edom, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say his soul is not up, it's not lifted upright in him, you know what I'm saying? Because, two men speaking to one another, that's an abomination, a filthy, disgusting, wicked act, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High do not like. So, I want to pretty much end there, you know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, Esau is not to be trusted, man. He is not to be trusted, man. This man, soul is not upright in him, like I said. But Yahweh Shem Al-Shai is going to take this man down. You know what I'm saying? For all the wickedness, for all the philosophies, his pseudoscience, his religion, these different religions that he pushed out throughout the four corners of the earth, you going down, Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? So I want to end on that. Like I say again, his soul is not upright in him. I want to say Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Shem Al-Shai. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone that rule and teach well, that taught us this truth, this 100% truth. Salutations to the hopefully elect, the brothers Akim on the four corners of this earth, preaching this truth, reaching their lives each and every day. And to the brothers and sisters tuning in for edification, this is your brother Dawadah. Hope this was edifying. Shalom.